He bet on himself, and he has performed in a way that is truly remarkable. I mean, the only thing that I can even equate this to in the same remote, I guess, area code, maybe the same church, but definitely the wrong pew, is Joe Flacco. Years ago when the Ravens didn't sign him and Steve Bisciotti said, you win the Super Bowl, you can come and put the bag on my desk and I'll give it to you. This is what he's doing. He may not win the World Series, but what he's done is amazing. What is the future there? Are the Yankees going to give him whatever the hell he wants? Because they should. Michael?
That's not how they play, though, which is that's what adds the interesting part to it. Because, you would think that the season that he's had, it kind of backs them into a corner to do whatever, but that's not how Hal and Brian work. They will. They obviously have to raise him from the $30.5 million a year that they offered, which at the time would have made him the second highest position player in baseball behind Mike Trout. But now you could actually look at this guy and say, he's getting $40 million a year. Now, I know the Yankees probably pushed themselves more than they wanted to give him 7 years, because next year he's going to play at an age of 31. And the Yankees are all about analytics, and the thing that frustrates a lot of people in baseball, there are no analytics on how 6'7", 282 guys age. It's just kind of a crapshoot, So there's going to be, again, I'll reference Buster Olney of ESPN. He said the Giants are going to make a big run at him. They need that big star, and they need a guy. They're going to sell 99 uniforms and shirts at their ballpark. They don't have that right now, and they had a bad season, and they certainly have a lot of money. And he is from Northern California. So let's say the Giants come in and go, well, we'll give you 10 years, $400 million. I mean, you being a Yankee fan as long as you have, do you really think the Yankees are going to say, okay, we'll give you $400 million?
Michael,
I'd be stunned.
Michael, $1.2 billion for a piece of AC Milan. Who are we kidding here? And the Yankees probably aren't the number one revenue generator in Hal Steinbrenner's portfolio anymore. I
think they have the money. I don't think they do. Of course they do. The team is probably worth over $7 billion, but they do business in a certain way. Like, this is what this is worth, and this is what that is worth. And they usually, I can't say that it's going to be the case now, they usually don't let emotion come in to their decisions. And this one is going to be emotionally driven.
Oh, yeah. And I don't know if there's any metrics either, Michael, to find wherever George M. Steinbrenner III is, in fact, buried and have a seance to have him come out of his grave and make sure Hal gives him the money. Like, this is a total George M. Steinbrenner III maneuver, Michael.
Well,
let's go.
When the Yankees were in Boston, Rich.
Yes.
I was talking to some people involved with the Red Sox, and there's a chance they would make a run at him.
Come on.
And remember,
Come on.
George and Bernie are the only things that kept Bernie from going to Boston. And that George stepped in at the last moment and pretty much almost doubled the last offer that they had just to keep him. I don't know if that's the way they do business anymore. Now, that paid off for them because Bernie was very valuable for that team and played a big role.
Oh, yeah.
What could move the needle? Again, this is just Michael K. guessing.
I got you.
Is if Steve Cohen or John Henry of the Mets and the Red Sox really make a play for him, because I don't know if you could let your guy get away.
You can't. I mean, come on now. I mean, even that, and if I'm Judge, that's why, if I'm not mistaken, Judge kind of played a little coy when he was asked when they were in Boston last, maybe you're, and he's like, yeah, that'll be for the end of the season. And I'm like, way to go, man. That you drive it up. Like, he didn't deny, like, I would never come to Boston. Drive it up. But I would find it very hard to believe that John Henry coughs up the money for Aaron Judge that for whatever reason still they didn't do for Mookie Betts, who is just lighting up this town from which I'm talking to you.
But that might be the reason, Rich, because they're still furious in Boston that they let one of the best baseball players of all time get away, and they got nothing back in return. I mean, Alex Verdugo is a nice player, but he's not Mookie Betts. So since Boston is still simmering, and the big worry in Boston that you hired Chaim Bloom from the Tampa Bay Rays, are you going to operate like a small market franchise? And this would be the answer, no, we are not. So, but I'm not sure if Chaim Bloom wants to play in that end of the pool either. I mean, that's not the type of GM he is. But the Dodgers are a very analytical team, Rich, and they've taken deep dives. They took a deep dive on Mookie Betts. Sometimes you have to be irrational, and I think it was Andrew Friedman who said it a long time ago. Anybody who's rational about pursuing a player, either a free agent or a trade, will always finish third in getting that player.